So breaking Avengers, Secret Wars, huge cameo, and plot details. Let's see what the Cosmic Wonder to say about this and check this out.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm Warren Thompson, and it feels like it's been a little bit since any Marvel Studios project has dived into the multiverse, but that is about to change with Loki Season 2 coming next week. Just about a week away from this Thursday, and this is going to really start the path to Avengers Secret Wars. Everything's going to really start to go down with Loki Season 2. Then we're going into Deadpool 3. Doctor Strange 3, of course, is going to be a big multiverse movie. And we're hearing other movies as well are going to start to feature incursions, such as The Marvels or Captain Marvel 2. So really, Loki Season 2 is marking a big change for the MCU. The path that leads to Secret Wars, in which we found out a little bit more details about today. And some of Secret Wars might not actually be what we thought it was going to be, or I should say, how we thought it was going to be, but it is good nonetheless. And a lot of fans have been kind of scared and kind of holding back with their expectations for Secret Wars, understandably so. We got our hopes up for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, thinking that it was just going to be cameo after cameo after cameo. However, a new report suggests that it's okay to get our hopes up for Avengers Secret Wars, because it is indeed going to be exactly what we want it to be. It's going to be what we wanted Multiverse of Madness to be, and essentially we can expect a lot of cameos, from the X-Men to Venom to the Fantastic Four. We'll talk about all of it in this video and break down a couple of new reports today that we got for Deadpool 3 and Avengers Secret Wars, and how exactly they are going to directly tie into each other. And Deadpool 3 is going to tie into Secret Wars, not Kang Dynasty. In fact, it sounds like Kang Dynasty isn't essentially a part 1 to a part 2, which would be Secret Wars, because it sounds like many movies are going to go directly into Avengers Secret Wars. Of course, Kang Dynasty being one of them, but it sounds like Doctor Strange 3, Deadpool 3, and of course, Avengers Kang Dynasty are all crucial for what goes down in Avengers Secret Wars. And probably some other movies like the Fantastic Four as well, especially if the rumors are true about it and it does take place in another universe. The MCU is about to get crazy, and we are super excited. So let's dive into what we know first about Deadpool 3, because this will go directly into Secret Wars. And many of you might have heard the report from a couple of weeks ago that states that the TVA is essentially going to be grabbing characters from other universes and bringing them into one universe. It's essentially going to be Secret Wars Battle World from the comics. Now, we know that the multiverse is essentially going to start collapsing, incursions are going to start to happen, and we are basically going to start to lose universes. Just like they mentioned in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, universes are indeed going to be destroyed. When an incursion happens, one of two things could essentially happen. One of the universe gets destroyed, or both of them get destroyed. In the case of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, towards the end of the film, we saw two universes combined into one, but both were destroyed, and the only remaining survivor was Doctor Strange, a very evil variant of Doctor Strange. But nobody else survived. So that's what's happening right now in the Marvel Cinematic Multiverse. And we're going to see that in Deadpool 3. As Deadpool kind of travels throughout the multiverse, we're going to see a lot of incursions start to happen, and the TVA is going to be very selective in all of these universes that are collapsing, and they're essentially going to pick people who they think will essentially be valuable. Yesterday, Grace Randolph said this about Deadpool 3. She was in her live stream yesterday. She was talking about Deadpool 3's box office prospects during her live stream, and she said that based on what she's heard, it's going to be a fantastic film and is definitely going to gross $1 billion. And she said she teases the movie in 2 words: Noah's Ark. So what that essentially tells us is that the TVA is indeed trying to save people. In the story of Noah's Ark, the world was essentially going to be flooded. Everything was going to be destroyed. It was up to Noah to get 2 of every kind of animal, a male and a female, to preserve them so they could mate with each other. So after the flood was done, they could be put back on Earth, on the solid ground that is, and then start to repopulate. So that's kind of very similar as to what's going to happen in Deadpool 3. The TVA is going to save heroes that they think are going to be able to help restore the multiverse eventually. And who do you save from universes if you're the TVA who could potentially help restore the multiverse in the future? Well, you save the superheroes and the supervillains, I might add. So this is how we are going to see all of those characters who have been rumored to be appearing in Deadpool 3. We're talking about some old Fantastic Four members like Jessica Alba, possibly. Of course, we would love to see Chris Evans return and play the Human Torch, because Deadpool would have a great joke about that. But of course, we've heard that characters like Elektra are going to be returning. It's possible Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider could be there. And of course, the big ones are the X-Men. We know that several X-Men from the original X-Men movies are going to be in Deadpool 3. And it looks like this is how that is going to go down. The TVA is actually grabbing these characters from different universes and putting them all into one universe, which is safe, kind of like a Noah's Ark. Now, this is going to go directly into Avengers Secret Wars, so this is one of the ways that Secret Wars is going to feature so many cameos. Like I said, of course, we've been hesitant to start to expect a lot of cameos to show up, but it really does sound like this movie is going to have a ton of cameos. And yesterday, insider My Time to Shine Hello, who is a very reliable insider source, said this. This is what Secret Wars is going to be like, and she tweeted out a fan-made poster by Affinity X _Cup, credit to him, but the poster shows a ton of different heroes, from Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man to Ghost Rider to the Punisher, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, the original Blade, the original Hulk, Lou Ferrigno's Hulk is in there, a bunch of different members of the Fantastic Four. Of course, we have the X-Men in there, and Venom is even in there as well. So My Time to Shine Hello is heavily implying that this is indeed what we are going to be getting for Avengers Secret Wars. It is going to be character and cameo filled. And if we really think about it, it just makes sense. And it would be a complete and total waste for Marvel Studios to not do this with Avengers Secret Wars, because they have already set up the story to do it. With the multiverse collapsing and incursions happening and universes colliding, it wouldn't make sense to not show heroes from other universes in this film. It would just be bad writing, because it's all there. It's all already laid out. It's set up perfectly. So are we going to see a bunch of cameos in Avengers Secret Wars? Yes, and we're going to see them come from everywhere. From the old Fox X-Men movies, the old Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. In fact, Sony Pictures UK last week teased a Venom crossover between Tom Hardy's Venom and Topher Grace's Venom. They posted it to TikTok and then they deleted it. So we're wondering, well, why would you post it and delete it? What are you hiding? Is this actually going to happen? Well, it is actually a possibility in Avengers Secret Wars. We have talked about this recently, but Sony and Marvel Studios have been playing nice together. We've already had a crossover in the MCU with the Sony universe and our universe. Tom Hardy's Venom has been in the MCU. We have seen this in 2 post-credit scenes. Granted, he went back, but I would be shocked if he didn't show up for Secret Wars, and possibly Topher Grace's Venom as well. Then we have the other characters like Elektra, the Punisher, etc. But then we also have different variants of the same characters that we know. For example, and I'll just use one that a lot of people are familiar with because it was talked about a lot, Tom Cruise could show up as a variant of Iron Man. John Krasinski could show up again as a variant of Captain America because we know that he auditioned for the role of Captain America. So that would be a really cool kind of Easter egg thing that Marvel Studios could do there. That is indeed an alternate universe, an alternate timeline where instead of Chris Evans becoming Captain America, John Krasinski landed the role. The same thing goes for his wife, Emily Blunt. She could have been Black Widow, but it ended up being Scarlett Johansson. However, we could see a Black Widow variant played by Emily Blunt. Also, we could see the original Black Widow for the MCU, Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow, return and play a variant of herself. The same thing goes for Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans. They could return still as Iron Man, still as Captain America, but from a different universe. Really, the potential for this movie is and has always been absolutely insane if Marvel Studios does it right. So it's really great to hear that they are planning on just including a ton of different characters and cameos in this movie. And it sounds like it is going to indeed start with Deadpool 3, where we start to see all these different cameos. Now, it's all really going to start to go down in Loki Season 2, so be sure to tune into the first episode next week, because what makes Loki so important is they are going to further explore the actual mechanics of the multiverse and Kang the Conqueror and his variants. So it sounds like things are about to get really, really good, and everything is going to start to really lead up to Secret Wars now, and that makes us all super excited. But let us know your thoughts about all of this in the comments down below. What do you think about it? And who do you hope to see? What cameo would you really, really love to see show up in Avengers Secret Wars or Deadpool 3? Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest MCU news. And if you subscribe and leave a comment, you're automatically entered in our giveaway for a chance to win an Xbox Series X, a PS5, some Marvel Legends items, or some DC items as well. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter, and as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.
Please subscribe, like this video, have a great day, and please like this video, and see you guys, bye.